guys, it's Rachel. I have not filmed in so long. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit rusty, so just excuse me. My appearance also looks a hot mess. Like I just look a hot mess, and I wanted to put earrings on and I wanted to do this whole look for you guys, but it just ended up not working out. So this is the best that I can do, but I have a lot to talk to you guys about. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. And so let's just go ahead and get started with the video. So the main announcement that I have, well, there's like a lot of main announcements, but I guess the biggest one that I should mention is that I'm expecting baby number 2. And I know you guys are like, what? Yes, I am pregnant. I am actually 13 weeks. I wanted to do this elaborate, announcement. EJ and I really wanted to like take our time and try to get it out there that we're expecting, and we wanted to make it like super emotional and beautiful. It just never worked out that way because there's so much that's been going on. I have a story on how I found out I was pregnant. It's not all glitter and gold as people may expect. We weren't planning this baby. It just sort of happened, and so we grew to be excited about it, but or at least I did. But there's a lot of emotions that happened with this pregnancy, which I'll explain in a whole nother video. But so far I am pregnant with baby number 2, and I am 13 weeks. I've chosen a name if it's a girl, and I've chosen a name if it's a boy. And I'll give you guys more details on symptoms and all that stuff. I'm just in a filming mood today, so I'm going to do a whole nother video on my pregnancy, and then my pregnancy story, reactions, family, and all that stuff. And like I said, it wasn't all like happy as you guys may expect, but that has been the biggest thing, and I've really wanted to share it with you guys. But it's been difficult because the symptoms that I've experienced with this pregnancy have been completely different from Troy. And I know I just mentioned that I'll elaborate a little more on the pregnancy, but I'll just let you guys know that morning sickness has really taken a toll on me, and I've thrown up like 3 to 4 times a day, which has made me dehydrated, and I lost a couple pounds. So far this pregnancy has been really rough on me, and for about 2 months now, I will say I have not been able to keep anything down. But finally now I have medication to help me with that, and so that's why I'm able to like sit down and actually film now, because I feel really good today. So that is the biggest announcement. I know, inhale it, suck it all in. Troy's gonna have a sibling super close in age, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about that. The second huge announcement that I wanted to share with you guys is that I moved, and you can probably tell by the background, I finally moved out of my home, and I wanted to film, moving out, the process, but it was so much going on. Let me just tell you guys, with me throwing up every 2 seconds, trying to pack, trying to get Troy ready, and like it was just so much going on. It was really hard for me to even like sit down, pick up the camera, think, all that jazz. But we did move officially. I want to do a house tour, but we're not completely done decorating, and I screwed up because I really wanted to do like a before and then like an after, but I forgot to do the before tour. But we are gonna own this home, and so that's really nice, but it is a fixer upper, so there's a lot that needs to be done. Like today I actually have my stepdad coming over. He came to visit, and he's gonna do our plumbing, and like there's a lot of like things that need to be done. So it's cost us a lot of money to like just like get this house ready. Like we can't even really focus too much on decorating and like getting it comfortable and beautiful, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to like do to like make it good for us. Because right now if I take a shower, the water gets cold in seconds, like stuff like that you just don't want to deal with. So that's one of the issues too. We have a lot of house issues that we need to fix, and that's the thing, when you're getting ready to own and all that stuff, and you're not renting, you don't have anybody to call and be like, hey, can you fix this? It just doesn't work like that, which sucks. So yeah, that's another thing. We're investing a lot into this home. It's not our dream home, let me just say that, but it was such a good price. It was just one of those things where it's like, you know what, a house is an investment, let's get it, and then later on we'll get the home of our dreams and rent this out. So that's kind of where we're at. And then the next announcement is I got a job, you guys. And when I say a job, I mean like a legit job. So how I got the job, my mom has a friend. My mom is a she works from home, kind of. She's in a real estate business. She does mortgages and all that stuff for people. And so she does do a lot of things from home. But lately she's been going out and, doing things outside of home. And she's met a lot of people. And then so she met this guy who owns his own business. He was looking for a secretary. And then so that's where I came in. And now I'm a secretary for this contractor. And it's been really rough on me. I thought business wasn't going to be so intricate, but my god, there's like so much stuff, so much big vocabulary that I'm just kind of like, what is this? Because, you know, I'm more into like the medical field ish way, or like the teaching, I would say. That's why like I love speech pathology, because it's like teaching and nursing kind of like combined. But this is just completely different, and it's really hard for me to like grasp things fast, because he's like really like Rachel now. So you know, as well as like trying to keep up with my baby boy and trying to keep up with this pregnancy. I've been full-time working, and it's been really rough. I do work from home, but he does want to make me come in and work at the actual office, because he feels like it'll be easier for me, which, you know, it probably will be easier for me because I'm there working. I have no distractions, but it's just gonna be a little rough with having another baby on the way, and then I don't want to like, I don't know how we're gonna do it, like if I'm gonna get a nanny and stuff. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this job pays amazing. Like when I say amazing, it actually pays almost as much as I would make being a speech pathologist. Okay, so as a beginner, okay, as a beginner, so I'm making really like really good money, but it is harder than I expected, and also it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And doing this job, I realized that for sure, that, you know, my heart is with speech pathology, and you know, business is not my thing. I am learning, but you know, pretty much right now what I'm doing is I'm just helping him. I'm talking to lawyers for him, like, you know, doing all that stuff behind the scenes and helping his life a little easier. So that's pretty much what I do as a secretary, but it is very difficult, and eventually I think I am gonna have to go to the office. We're talking about it. You know, Troy with me. This video may be choppy as well because I'm having camera difficulties. It keeps stopping, so I apologize for that, which that's another reason why I haven't really been filming either, because my camera's giving me problems. So aside from all that's going on in my life, you know, I really don't want frustrations with technology. But so like I was saying, yeah, my boss knows I'm expecting, so we're trying to figure it out. I may get a nanny. So the reason why we are thinking of getting a nanny instead of me, you know, just being like a full-time stay-at-home mom, is because EJ actually just opened up his own business. So he, you know, he still has his full-time job, but he actually opened up his business as well, which is a studio, like a recording studio with somebody. So he's trying to become super successful at that. Of course, get it well known, get it out there. And so with that, after work, he goes straight to the studio. So I don't really see EJ as much anymore. He works from like 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 6, all depending. And then he goes to the studio. So by the time he comes home, he's super exhausted. He usually comes home like 10, 11, you know, sometimes 12. That's just the way it is. So I do worry like how I'm going to handle 2 kids, you know, alone. So my mom and I were talking, and she thinks that I should get a nanny and maybe have a live-in nanny, hopefully. I mean, they can be expensive, but my boss said that he can help out with paying for it if I decide to work in the office and really like take this full-time position seriously. So it just all depends. I will say I do really prefer to stay at home and just work, but I don't know, it could be a little difficult with having, you know, 2 babies, and then you know, just really having no help, because EJ won't really be here because he's, you know, he's working so much. So it's been stressful on me, I'm gonna be honest. There's been a lot of tears shed. It could be because I'm just so pregnant and emotional. But I've been really sad a little bit, just because I don't really see, you know, my partner as much, and I do get a little lonely because I'm home practically all day by myself. So it could get a little hard, especially when Troy is a challenge. I mean, for the most part, he's such a good baby, and he, you know, he's on his routine, but there's some days where he's just like super duper fussy, and those are the days that I really like miss EJ's help, and he's just, you know, he's just doing his thing. So that is another update. And then there was more. I had it all in my head, and now that I'm speaking to, because, you know, I don't write things down, you guys. Yes, are you saying hi? Well, I'll give you guys a little update with Troy. He sits up now, right, big boy? And he crawls. So we have to get gates now. We have a gate to block the stairs, but we need a gate, not a gate, but like a playpen type of thing, where it's like he stays in one area, because he goes on tile and everything. It's so bad. But he is crawling so much. He says mama and dada and nana, and he's just such a good little baby. You're so good, huh? He's such a good boy, you guys. He does not give me any problems whatsoever. He only really cries when he's hungry or like super gassy, but for the most part, he's been such a good baby. You know, he's an angel, and he's the love of my life, right, Baba? You're the love of mama's life. Okay, so that's pretty much, I think, all that I had to update you guys on. I know there's a little bit more, but I can't think of it right now as I speak. Oh, okay, and then so I was gonna do a whole video on this, but I think I'll just you know, touch on it a little bit while I'm here. The pregnancy. Okay, so you guys know I had an amazing pregnancy with Troy. It wasn't until the end where it got a little rocky. This time around, I don't know, I have to talk to my midwife about it. I actually have an appointment tomorrow, which I will be filming, but I am kind of like on a high risk spectrum. I mean, I don't know, because last time I had that near-death experience, so I have been a little bit worried about that this time around. And I've been having like dreams about things, but I think I'm going to touch on it a little bit more. But for now, I'll just let you all know I'm really scared about it, and a part of me wants to just go ahead and get that C-section, because since I had Troy a C-section, I have the option to either try to do VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after a C-section, or I can try to just do another C-section. But it all depends. EJ and I are thinking of having this one be our last baby, and so if I do get a C-section, I think I will go ahead and get my tubes tied, and now I'll explain more on why I decided that, because I really wanted 5 kids. I still do, but I'll explain more about why we may just settle for 2. And then, so I don't know, it's on our mind. We're thinking about just making this our last, and that's that. But if you guys want to know what I think the gender is, I do think I'm having another little boy. To be quite honest with you, I don't see myself having a little girl. Like, I don't see myself being like a girl mom. I don't know how to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, there's some people that I look at and I'm like, wow, I could not see you having boys. You know, like, you're just meant to have girls. And then I see people that's like, you know, you have both. You're meant to have both. But I feel like I'm meant to just have boys. Like, I don't know. I just can't see myself raising a little girl. But if I do have a little girl, like I said, I have her name all picked out, and I have little man's name all picked out as well. So yes, you guys, that was a mouthful. Like I said, there is so much to update you guys on. So yeah, I think that's all. I'm expecting again. There's some things that worry me about this pregnancy, which that's a whole nother video. EJ opened up his own business. I don't really see him as much anymore. And I have a job, so, and we moved. And we're gonna own this home. So yeah, there's a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, all that down below, and let me know what you guys want to see next. I will be vlogging probably tomorrow, because today my stepdad's coming over and he's gonna do a lot of fixing up things around here. So I'm just gonna like help him out and direct him on what needs to be done around here. But tomorrow, EJ and I are having like a date day. We're going to my doctor's appointment to take the gender test, the harmony test, I should say. And then what else are we doing? And then I think we're going to the mall with his cousin, and then we're gonna go to the movies to see Get Out. So we're actually gonna have a fun day, and Troy's gonna be with my mom. She's giving us a day, so I'm really excited about it. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye everybody. Say bye, Troy. Bye bye.